and recording. Welcome everybody. We are going a little bit late. Valerie is a little late, and oops. I did have some questions on a few things tonight, but if you have anything you'd like to talk about or any questions, I see there's already a few questions in the chat. Go ahead and post them in the chat, and we'll get to them as soon as we can.
Hey, Pam.
So the first question we had was from Greg. When unit quantities are changed on a listing, you already have FBA inventory and stock for. For example, another seller changes the quantity from 1 to 12 units, but the price doesn't change from a single unit. Is there a better way to combat this than opening up a seller central case on each occasion? Well, they did start something, I don't know, towards the end of last year. You have to be real careful about these in your emails. People have gotten their accounts suspended for not paying attention. That's really, they say it's your fault to pay attention to that stuff. So when you get that email saying that there's been the ASIN change notification email, it could be a color or a weight or, in this case, the amount of units. The amount of units is usually the worst part. And the most common thing is the weight, which, they'll be running it through their, weight and size thing. So you'll get, a 12-digit long or whatever weight, which is, how exacting they do it, which those you can usually ignore. But when they change the units, there'll be usually an option for, it asks you something like, do you agree with this? So right there, you can hit no, and it's going to take you to a link. But every time we get one of those, we open a case. So there's something wrong with I don't know why it zoomed so far in on my camera right now. Just 1 second, guys. Okay, hang on. Let me just turn off my camera. All right, well, I'm not sure what's going on there. So, we hit no, we open a case. Usually what we're going to do is raise the price to some ridiculous amount or delist it just so we don't get any sales. So, we may raise it to $80 or $90. Or even higher if it warrants it. So, that's your best bet, is to make it so people can't buy it or people aren't going to buy it, and then open the case and click that button that says, whatever it is, an emergency. Somebody will usually call you back within, usually within an hour, but sometimes it's a lot, it'll be maybe a few hours. And the other question we answered, and just for the recording, if you guys ever find any actual tactical arbitrage lists you're trying to buy that are actually from me, and there's no coupon code, we do have a coupon code for all those tactical arbitrage lists and most things we sell on Gumroad. For you guys right now, it's TA-MM. If you're watching the replay at some point in the future, it may change. So if you don't know what our current discount code is, just contact Valerie, contact me, and we'll get you that code. But if you're a mastermind member, then you should always have a 25% off. I believe it's a discount. Hey, Lolly. There's actually I'm actually participating in the class this time. It's Christopher Grant's class, and I'm going to be teaching it there with him as well. It's going to start on Thursday. We covered in the last webinar, and I think he's been posting quite a bit about it. It's $147 as a mastermind member. We have a code to make it $127, I believe. and it gets you to, it's a 5-week class. We're going to be giving out a lot of whole bundle of category lists, and we're also doing 3 custom sites that are going to also include, so there's sites not in tactical arbitrage, but we're going to give you that custom code you can enter. So very few people, the people in the class, and maybe some other people who had that custom site program. And we've also done complete category lists, like the ones we sell, that are going to be for those 3 sites. So, you know, not even counting the class, I mean, you're getting way over that value. I charge $100 to do a category list for a custom site. And then I believe Christopher Grant charges $50 for each site. So, I mean, that's already $450 if you have that stuff programmed for you, not including the category list. And it's going to be a 5-week class, so we're going to be doing 5 different classes. So I can get you the link to sign up for that. It's going to start this Thursday and then be every Thursday for, you know, 4 more weeks after that.
And if anybody is not using tactical arbitrage already.
Right. So if you're not using tactical arbitrage, it's actually closing down. Today's the 30th. It closes down tomorrow at midnight, Hawaii time, for some reason. So some point in the middle of the night, tomorrow night, it's going to be shutting down, and they're not going to be accepting new people. He says till at least the middle of March. You know, it could be longer. So it's not going to accept any new users after that. So I'll post the link, but you can go to ta.shawnmayo.com, and we do have a nice bundle for new subscribers. You know, if you use my affiliate link, and also you either way, just use Shawn Mayo as a coupon. You're going to get I believe it's a 10-day trial.
Yeah, extended 10-day trial on top of it.
So, and then we're going to be doing a class, which Mastermind members will get access to it, but also, you know, anybody who signs up through that link, you'll get access to. We're going to do a class showing you step-by-step how to set it up. And Santosh, the reason for the cases is if you get any of those ASIN change notifications, you should be having an alert in your email or send it to a special email. And as soon as you get one of those, we would go change our price on that item and then open the case. And we have some very important webinars coming up. This Friday at 2 p.m., I hired probably the best accountant I could find. He's also my accountant, but I hired him for an hour to do a Q&A on whatever you may need. He used to be an IRS agent. He has a master's degree in accounting. He has a bachelor's degree in accounting. He has a PhD in economics. I mean, he's as qualified as you're ever going to be able to find anybody. He's also worked for Fortune 500 companies before he started his own firm. He owns the the accounting firm that we use. He's a licensed CPA. He does all our taxes and all that kind of stuff. So,
yes, John. 2 p.m. Eastern time.
So it's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any, I mean, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to come, but I mean, if you can't come because you're working or whatever it is, it's fine. We'll, I still ask you to register, and we'll send an email to you guys with a replay, like we always do. But I have a link if you have any questions that you could think of that you might have, about getting your taxes ready, or if you're new to selling on Amazon, to setting up your business account. I'll post the link. I don't think that's the right link. Sorry, that's actually not the right link. It's this link here, which may be the same one, but so you can submit those questions, and I'll submit them to them ahead of time, and we're going to go over all of that stuff on the live webinar. It's going to be an hour long. He's quite expensive, so I'm paying him for an hour of his time to come on and talk to us. and I think it's going to be
It'll be really good.
it's going to be, be an awesome time. People are always asking tax questions that obviously I can't answer. I'm not an accountant. He's in Florida. I'm in Florida. So he may not, he may not have specific answers to you for your state, but, he's going to get you any kind of questions you have. He's probably going to be able to cover for you.
And if you guys forget any of this information, like if you don't take down the link or forget what time it's going to be, anything like that, you can go to the Mastermind Facebook page where you guys are all in, and in your event, there is all of the information there for this webinar. So don't miss, and we have reminders, so, you guys hopefully won't forget or be missing any information for it.
Right, and it's, all of our events are in the, we create an event for every webinar we do, if it's public or private. And right now, if you go, it's the very end of the month, one more day of the month. You may only see one or two in there, but, at the beginning of the month, we schedule them out for the whole month or as soon as we can. You can always see all the events coming up right there. And if you just mark that you're going, you're going to get a notification. And when you sign up for these, it'll tell you in advance. John, I can't actually let you know if you're registered. It doesn't tell me all the registrants until the event's over, but you can just go register again. It's not a big deal. And we'll post the link in just a minute for registering for that. We also have some other great ones. Jacob Topping, he's a good friend of mine. I believe I'm pretty sure he's in Canada, and he does merch on demand printing, but he's also writing an ebook that'll come out in the next couple months. But he's currently selling on 9 different platforms. And he just takes his merch files and he uploads them to those other platforms. And he's selling, he's just starting with it, but he's selling successfully. He does, his own designs, and he also has some other people. He's doing merch full time, and so he's got a lot going on. And it's a great other form of income, because once you create that design and upload it, it's there forever. And you can keep getting residual income. These places are advertising for you, just like Amazon is, but you only have to, get that design done or design it yourself, upload it once, and then it's going to be there forever. Valerie, I'm sorry, Lolly, has a hard time figuring out how to get back to the links in the chat when the chat's over. It actually doesn't save the chat when we're done, but we usually post links. If you go to the website, any links that are that go with that with this video will be in there, as well as any other links. Just send us a message. Usually it's stuff that we also posted in Tactical Arbitrage, but we're responding to questions that we may have. Okay, so I don't see Mike here. Mike, let me know in the chat if you're here. My cousin, I don't think he's in here, but he did have some questions I wanted to, or my wife's cousin actually. So if you're in here, send me a message in the chat, and we'll try. Oh, that's you, Giovanni. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so I know a few of you are new to Tactical Arbitrage, so I did want to cover this. I just wanted to make sure he was here too. So if you're new and you don't exactly know what all to do, we're going to be covering this in the webinar as well, but I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to go over a few things with Tactical Arbitrage. Keep your questions coming, and we'll try and cover whatever you need. But I did want to go over the settings. A lot of you guys may watch my videos to get going, but you don't. When Tactical Arbitrage started, there was only a few settings. Now, if you're just starting with it, there's actually a lot of settings to look at. So you may have just jumped right in and never went back there to worry about any of that stuff. So I just gotta pull one thing out of here. Okay. So let me just try and share my screen. Hey, Vicki. My partner Christopher Grant, which is also was a mastermind member. He does custom sites. So you can do custom sites for a wholesale site. Was the question, but what you have to think about is if it requires a login. If it requires a login to get the pricing and other information, then tactical arbitrage does not support sites that need a login. So if it's a wholesale site or not, that really doesn't matter. But we can get you, we can create most sites that if it's wholesale or not. We just won't be able to do it if it has a login. Now, Alex Moss is working on being able to deal with sites with logins, but until he does that, it's not really going to matter. So here we are. Hopefully everyone can see my screen. And Vicki, you should be friends with Christopher Grant. If not, send me a message with whatever the site is, a private message on Facebook, and we'll see if we can do that. Because even though we can do custom sites, it only works with the sites that support. It works through XML, and it uses XPath 1.0. So some sites use XPath 2.0, and if it does that, then tactical arbitrage, we can't create a custom site. Alex can add those in, like hard coding them, but we can't do the advanced user interface, which is the custom sites we can do. So just send me a message. We'll send it to the program to see if they can do it, and then if it works out, then you can pay for the actual work to be done. So here we are. We're in the settings page in tactical arbitrage. You can go up to settings once you're logged in and click on settings, and you're going to get to this page. So now there's the most important part here would be the sourcing, the from, and the to, basically. So you can pick where you want to source from. So if you click USA, it's going to show all the USA sites. But if we change this to UK, it's only going to show you the UK sites. So let me pull this up. Another screen. Okay, so we can go to the list of all the sites. So as you can see, these are all the USA sites. There's about 300 of them. It's pretty slow when I'm sharing screens, but there's about 300 US sites. But if you want to source from, let's say, UK sites and compare them, see, these are all the UK sites. Now you can take those sites and compare them to Amazon.com. So you could be buying from the UK and selling them in the US, and it's going to be able to compare that. Or these are all Canada, Australia, Germany. So, there's a lot of options. So, but when you change from over here, if you change from US to UK, it's only going to show the UK sites or Canada or whatever the site is. So, if you change that, you're not going to ever see the US sites, but you can come in here and change it whenever you want. And this is where you want to sell it. So again, you could buy from the USA and then ship it to the UK or Canada or the DE, which is the Germany site of Amazon. So it lets you go back and forth, compare from UK to sellon.com, or source from the US sites and sell them in the UK or wherever you are. So it's a great way to do it. And you can switch back and forth, and you want to have new sites to source from. It's a great option. But for most of us, we're going to be sourcing from USA and selling at .com. The next option is you have to have these. If you don't have these, it's only going to show you cached items. And then when you're watching your results roll by, you know, it's going to say MWS information missing. So if it does that, then this is the problem. You have to, you know, and you can follow the instructions. It's up there in the FAQ section. But if you're using tactical arbitrage, you should already see this. Now, if you're using the UK, this is for the US and the .ca. If you're using UK or DE, which is the Germany and England sites, then you have to have this information filled in. So if you don't have that in, it's going to do the same thing. The next one is for Walmart. Everybody, if you're using my Walmart list, then you have to use this. There's so many reasons why. As you can see, it says it can do 100,000 items a day. Nobody's going to be doing it that fast. But what this allows you to do is if you're going and searching Walmart.com, you're going to only be able to see 1,000 items per search or category or however you're looking it up. Walmart will only go up to 25 pages long, and it's going to show you 40 items on every page if there's that many. So when we switch over to this, it can show you 100 items per page, and there's no limit because it's accessing it through the API. So that's when we're in the product search, that is the keys version. If we look at Walmart, there's keys and UPC. So with the keys, there's really no limit. It's doing 100 items per page. The only thing is you can't figure out how many items is in each category. We've done it through programming, connecting to that site, pulling the data down. And I can tell you there's 4.2 million items on the Walmart site because we have all that information. So everybody do this. You find my, if you're not doing it, I can give you the link. Just ask me, but I made a video on how to get it. It's developer.walmartlabs.com, and you just create an account, and it's free to get the API key. If you're doing Amazon flips, which is buying on Amazon to sell back on Amazon, or which number is the same for everyone? No, the MWS seller ID. If you go to the FAQ, I believe it shows you how to get the information. They're a little bit different for everyone. The key, of course, is going to be different. You just got to create your own key. The tokens you're going to get from, I believe he made a video on this. Here you go. You just follow, if you go to videos FAQ, there's the first setting up MWS keys, and that'll have all the information in there you need. Now, the Walmart key, again, this is different for everybody because you can only do 100,000 products per day, so you can't really share it with somebody. The next one is Keepa. If you're doing flips, you can go to Keepa and get your own. It's very simple. You log into your Amazon account, enter the information that it says here, and there's a little PDF that you follow. You go to this link, you sign in, and this is how it checks your Amazon. It compares everything to your Amazon account. You're going to enter the application name and the developer account number, and then you're going to click these items, and then you're going to go to, and then you're just going to copy this information on the results page. It's very simple. The Keepa API key is only if you're doing flips, and if you want to use your own keys, because what it does is, I believe there's a cache still, like a 3-day cache, so it's going to check results for 3 days back. Unless if you want to do them live, then you got to buy your own key, which it's not very much money. I think like $40 a month for what you would need to do that. Most people don't need to do that. If you want to go live, then you can do that, and that's only for doing the Amazon flips. That's the only reason you need it. Alex Moss has bought a ton of keys. Like, I don't know what he gets, a couple 100,000 a month. So there's enough to do it, but not enough to really do it live. That's why he has to use the cache. The next thing is Storefront Stalker Key, which is for Storefront Stalker Pro, which allows you to, we'll go over this later, but if you look on, if we go to the reverse search, then we're going to be able to scan the best sellers here. You can basically just select from the pull downs. You'll be able to do it right through here. Storefront Stalker, I've done several videos on this, but it allows you to go to any other seller's storefront, and it'll pull all the items they sell into a spreadsheet, and you can upload it in the reverse search. And then they'll search all the 300 plus Amazon stores to find the best prices to sell them at. And you can also do that in a regular search. So if you want to search for Nike shoes and then narrow the results down, you'd be able to download a list of all the ASINs and then upload it into the reverse search, and then it would search all the different stores for it. So it's a great little tool for that. And then and I believe it's $89 a year. I do have an affiliate link. I mean, if anybody's interested and they haven't gotten it, I'll give it to you. But I mean, it's not even a monthly charge. It's $89. The next one is notifications. Apparently, a lot of people don't know about this, but the first one will send you an email notification when a scan is completed. So it'll send me an email every time a scan is completed. Now it tells you what kind it is. So flips or reverse or, you know, just your scan is done. Sends you a short little email every time it's done. So you can jump back in there and get started again. The next one is to send an SMS notification. I don't have that on because we have so many scans running usually. So you can just enter your email in, it'll send you a text. The next one is a sound notification. So it's basically going to give you a ding on your computer if it's opened when it completes. Any questions on any of this so far? If you have the link video using API link, please post if you have. Yeah, I can. Okay, so Valerie's video is off too now. So I'm not sure what she has going on, but yeah, we can, as soon as she gets inside, she can get that link. Just 1 second here. Okay, there it is. That's a very popular video. There's the link to watch that video. Was your recommendation to set up solid business in beauty and personal health? I really don't understand what the question is. Set up solid business in beauty, you know. So, you know, if you're selling on Amazon, you're selling on Amazon. People aren't going to look for a certain category to look for products, you know. So don't worry about, let me get back over here. Don't worry about where, you know, if you're selling in beauty, you're selling in health, you're selling in grocery. If you're approved to sell in that category, sell it. If you find toys, sell toys. If you find, you know, home or automotive, if you can sell in it, sell that stuff. Don't confine yourself to one thing. People are searching on Amazon. Remember, they're doing a search, not looking for a certain category. They're not going to your store. They're going there for whatever they want, and they're going to look for it. They're not going to look for your store. They're not coming back to your store. Amazon's the one selling it. You're just supplying the product. So supply anything that's worth selling. But getting back to this, reverse search domains, we'll do this one first. So what we have going on here is this is all the domains. So it's a little backwards. If you read below, it says selected domains you want to exclude from search. So we have 7 items selected. These are the 7 sites when we do a reverse search that we usually find don't work out. Allegro Medical, just, it comes up for everything, but a lot of times it's selling whole cases of things or selling single things when we need a box, or, you know, they don't usually match. So you know, we've chosen to remove these when we do reverse searches. eBay is another one. It'll have items that have already sold that, you know, it just doesn't work out for our reverse searches. If you're specifically searching for stuff on eBay, then yeah, you know, it's a great way to do it. But just mixing it in with all the other sites doesn't work out for us. iHerb, HEB, and you may, Jet is another big one. So you may find that, you know, other sites may work better or not for you. So here you can basically select whatever sites you want that you don't want to search. And alternatively, this is another way that we'll select all. If you want to do a reverse search, you know, just with items at Walmart, for example, you could select everything except Walmart and then do a reverse search with whatever the listings is, and it's only going to look at Walmart for those items. The next one is the product search domains based on selected sourcing directions. So you can actually create lists of, you know, if you want to look just at toys, for example, or have a list of just toys up. And what this is there's currently 343 US sites. We have them all selected. So all these sites are what's going to show. So if we wanted to just look at, if you wanted a list of just toy stores, you could unselect everything and then select the toy stores. And then when you come over here and look at, we're not in product search. You come over here and you look at your pull down, you're only going to have those stores you selected. And you're able to have multiple, whoops. You're able to have multiple, you're able to have multiple saved settings here. So we have a test one, we have toys, we have all domains, which we do, and the other ones I've used for testing. I just like to keep them all up there. You know, but if you have a VA that you only want to be working with a set number, then you can have it set to that, or, you know, there's a lot of different reasons. Since we're so new to this, once we find the items, do we just have them sent to our home to be processed for now? Just so I'm clear. So, Mike, what you would be doing is, this is the same way you would find anything else online. However you're processing it now, that's what you would do. So you're doing it at your home. Just like if you bought it to the store, you brought it home and did it, you'd buy it online, have it shipped to yourself, free shipping usually if you spend enough money, and then you're going to send it back into Amazon. Right, you can't send anything directly from these stores. Now, once you start getting enough, you may not want to do it yourself. There's prep centers all over the country. There's probably 100 or more different prep centers now that you can order online, have it shipped to them, and they're going to process it and send it to your Amazon account. And there's some even more premium services where you can give them partial access to your Amazon account, and you can order stuff, have it shipped to them, and that's it. They'll process it and they'll list it on your Amazon account and ship it in for you, and just save the invoices to send to you once a year or whatever you need. So there's a lot of different options for selling on Amazon now. The next option is the seller type. So if you want to buy stuff, maybe drop ship, which I don't recommend anybody drop ships, but if you're drop shipping or you want to merchant fulfill, you can change your seller type, and what that's going to do is it's going to change the fees that you get in your results page. Obviously, I recommend everybody FBA merchant fulfill. Takes, you know, so much time away that you could use for sourcing and finding new products and growing your business. This next one gets a lot of people because you'll be in the Facebook group or watching videos and you see all these sites that we're talking about that you don't see. So if you select UPC sites and products only, that's only going to show you the UPC sites. So if we look at this list, you see all these say title search and some say UPC search. The ones that show title search, if you click on this, you're not going to see any title search options. And there are a ton of them. So if we look at the sourcing domains, you can see the ones that say title and the ones that say UPC. It's only going to show the UPC ones. No title searches. Now there are more mismatches there, but usually less people are looking there. So you're probably going to get a lot better you're going to get a lot better deals. You're going to find a lot more stuff, but it takes a little bit more time to sort through them because they may not be as exact matches, because it's, as it says, it's going to be doing title searches. So the problem you're going to have is, there's going to be a lot of mismatches, because there could be a lot of, 1,000 count, bed sheets that are just going to be matching title to title. Seasonal filters are some filters that Alex has set up, and that I'm really not too sure about that one. So it's a brand new filter, but I'll get more information and we'll share it in the next webinar. Use local FBA calculations. So what this means is, instead, this is going to save you about a half a second for every item it searches. If you use local FBA calculations, you're going to let Alex use his own calculations to calculate what the price is. If not, it's going to send that ASIN information to Amazon, wait to get the results through the API, and then it's going to put that in there. So, for example, if you get a lot of stuff that doesn't have like the weight, which means no weight and dimensions, if it hasn't been sent to Amazon, then you're not going to have any weight and dimensions, because it's never arrived at a Amazon warehouse. They've never asked for it. So in those cases, it actually, I think, uses like an 8 by 12 by 12, something like that, for the dimensions, and a pound for the weight. So it's making a guess at it. But if you get a lot of those, then you may want to turn that off. But for the most part, it's right on, because it's using all the Amazon rules. It's just not asking Amazon for each specific item. Search to include global user matching edits. So what this is going to do is, let's look at some of the results here. So when there's a mismatch on the results page, I hope I have something in here. Okay. Let's let this load. So if there's a mismatch here on the results page, I don't know why we're not seeing images, but if the two items don't match, and I do not know why it's, let me let this load, but if the two results don't match, then you can update it, and you can either mark it as a mismatch, and somebody can go up to the mismatch page. See, there's a mismatch page here, and you can find matches by searching title or entering the information in. Right now it's not loading right now, but you can update the ASIN. There's actually a big button here that should show up anytime. And if you edit the ASIN and fix it, it's going to be a mismatch. So these are user mismatches that you can use. So if you want to only use the machine matching and not use the ones that people have fixed, you can click on this option. Next is using the cache or not. And this is up to you. The longer the cache, the faster it's going to do it, because it's literally just accessing the database. Alex has said it takes about 1/10 of a second to pull something out of the cache, when it can take from a 1/2 second to 2 seconds to pull live information. So you can select it for each one. Amazon flips, of course. If you're not using your own API key, you have to use a 3-day cache. Even if you set this to live, it's still going to use the 3-day cache. I just keep it like that as a reminder, basically. Product reverse, it's going to ask you the same options as the live reverse, and the library search, of course, is all the same. This is for the library search when you're searching to buy books from Amazon or other stores to sell back on Amazon. Library search uses virtual books, variable condition price adjustments. So this is going to do a price adjustment of this amount less than new Amazon buy box. So if it's going to be this condition, we only want to see it if it's that percentage less. My PayPal address, this is only if when you're doing the global matching, which I obviously don't have ever time to do, he does contests and gives out all kinds of stuff for that. So you put it in there, you can get your rewards. Viewing. View data will show up to 1,000 lines. That's the farthest out. This is the farthest out that it will go. You can make it smaller. I don't see the point because it's just going to show more pages. Show number of lines on view data by default. So I have this to the maximum. You can set to 10, 25, 50, or 100. Of course, I don't really see a point to make any of this smaller. So you want to have the maximum. If you have it set to 100, it's only going to show you 100. There's no way to change that unless you come in here into the settings. So it's not showing that on a page. This is what it's going to show you on each page. Crop product title on view data by default. You can set it to however you want. You might want it not to crop at all. We find 60 is just plenty to give us the information we need. Product title cell widths on view data by default. So this is just going to show you, you can set it automatically or however big. This is the preview images. You can set it to whatever you want. I have it set to automatic. I've never had any problems with it like that. Show days range in keep a graph. So this is the default, how many days back you want to see in Keepa, 90 days. I believe I've been using it since before it started, so we even had Amazon Flip. So I believe it might be set to 30 days by default. You might want to look and see where it's at. I like it at 90, and that it's going to show you enough data. Maybe a month back, it might be getting into Christmas or, from another holiday that may have skewed your results. So 90 days back is usually going to show you some good history. And the last one, there's some more stuff to go over a little up, but your settings page protection. So if you have a VA that you hire that you may not want to be able to access this data, have your API information, or change any of these settings around, you can password protect your settings page. Excuse me one second. Sorry about that. So if you don't want them to access your stuff, you can have one password to log into Tactical Arbitrage and another password to access the settings page. So they can still run scans and do all that, but not access this. Excuse me. So this option is, move some other stuff out of the way here. This is the reverse search domain and multi-bulk discount. So what this is going to do is let you set your discounts. It's the same as you have here, but when you're running bulk scans on multiple sites. So when you can upload a bulk file, and I'll show you as an example here. When you click on this, you can see you can search on multiple sites. So you could do two categories. Excuse me. You can do two categories on one site, like Target, and then do the next category in PetSmart and so on, if you add that domain category in there. So what this does is let you set your price reductions, which would be discounts. So for example, we asked Alex to put in 3 price reductions. So it doesn't add these up, it actually does them one at a time. So what's going to happen is, let's say you have a coupon or a store discount, 20% off of everything in the store, and then you have a gift card for another 10% off. So it's going to take, okay, and then let's say you have another 10% off cash back. you know, from one of the cashback sites, because you go to cashbackmonitor.com every time you make a purchase. So what's going to happen here is you have a $100 purchase. It's going to take 20% off, and now it's at $80. And then it's going to, you have a gift card for 10% off. So it's actually going to take 10% off of the $80 and make it $72, not off of the $100. So if you took 10% off of 100, it would be $10 off, but you only pay, it only cost 80. So you're taking 10% off of the 80. So now you have $72 and you have a cash back. So you're going to get $7.20 back through the cash back site. So if you're running multiple scans, multiple stores in a single bulk scan, you can't pull that, you can't give it that information. So if you come in here in the settings, you can set up your discounts right here. And then every time you run a multi-site scan, you're going to be able to, it's going to use that information, and that's what this is for. So you can just enter it for every supported store, and then it'll automatically run it in those scans. Now this is an interesting one. I don't really use it, but I mean, a lot of people love it. You can remove certain categories. So if you're not allowed to sell in jewelry, then you can select jewelry, or industrial and scientific used to be a gated category. It's not anymore, but let's look at gated categories here. Prime pantry. Probably don't want to sell in prime pantry. I don't even know why we're, this is our test account. This isn't even, we have 2 tactical arbitrage accounts. But so if you're not approved to sell in jewelry, I mean, we are prime pantry. Nobody can sell. Let's see what else needs. Watches you have to have approval for. Automotive you have to have approval for. Beauty you have to be pre-approved. Let's see. Clothing, of course. Grocery, health. So the categories you're not approved in, then you're going to select those so that you're going to select those so then it won't show you any results in those subcategories. Use search rank filter for categories only for the US and UK. So what this is going to do is it's going to let you select rank value. So it's only going to show you results under a certain ranking. So if books, you know, maybe you want to have it at 1 million or 5 million or 100,000 or whatever it is, and you can set them for all these, for all those different categories. So you can set the filters for each individual category. And then, of course, the brands to exclude. So if you can't sell Nike, you could type in Nike, or this is only going to put in, so when the item was originally listed, if they put the brand information in, is the only way it's going to do it. You can't have like Nike in the title and it's going to remove it. So it only removes it if it's in that, the brand entry when the listing was originally created. But all the brands that you're not approved to sell in, you can enter that information there. And we're running out, we're really out of time. I have another appointment, but I'm gonna, this is the last thing, but what I'm gonna leave you with is this. Definitely go to my website, ShawnMayo.com, and go to the restricted brands page, and we have the largest list of restricted brands that I know of out there. It's going to show you all the ingredients and brands and things that you can't sell, so that may be a good place to start at, to see the restricted brands. Nike, Adidas, there's a ton of clothing and shoes and all kinds of other brands and toys that you can't sell, so you may want to add some of those here, or you may want to look at going and buying those products from an authorized distributor so you can be one of the few people who is authorized to sell it. And I see Mike had one last question. Let me exit out of here. Actually, a couple of questions. Does TA and ScanPower link together, or do you use them separately? So for the the Scan Power scanner, you're going to see all the information in your results page. I mean, you have your ROIs and your rank and profit and all that information all in one spot. But if you mean the listing part, no, it doesn't. Once we buy the items, we usually would scan them and put them. Oh, sorry, I'm showing you something, and the page isn't shared anymore. So when you actually do your scan and find your results, you're gonna see your ROI and sales rank and profits and all that data right here on one page. So you don't need Scan Power for the scanning and the listing part. We usually will scan those UPCs again to just make sure that everything matches up after we get the product. Because that's why, because we bought the right one may not mean that retail store sent what we ordered. You want to say hi to your cousin? He's on here.
What up?
Last question, the settings, let me get this. Sorry. The setting sales rank filter slower the speed of the searches, and can it? The setting sales rank. I wouldn't say it's going to slow it or speed it up, because when you're doing a scan, it's going to find that. It's going to say sales rank filter, whatever, and it's not going to put it in the results, but, it's still scanning that to check that information. It's not going to slow it at all, because it's going to be checking that data it's going to be checking that item every time anyway, but it's just not going to put it in the results. So that sales rank filter, what it does is it lets you, instead of, let me share my screen one more time. When we're over here on our search page, and we can, of course, we can set our sales rank filters. This has been something that's always been in there. But if we put it in here and, at, let's say, 30,000, that's 30,000 overall. But if we find a book, 100,000 may sell a couple a day, but 100,000, in groceries may sell, one every couple weeks, and every category is different. So if we set the sales rank filter in the settings for all the categories that we want to search in, then it's going to show us, we're going to get a lot better results, because we want to see a specific rank for a specific category. This one's just going to remove it overall. That about wraps it up. Please join us on Thursday if you can, or register for the replay. It's really going to be a great webinar. We got a lot of great questions already. If you guys want to register for the, this is really the last time we're going to be, I'm sorry, the webinar is on Friday. The Tactical Arbitrage Coaching class starts on Thursday, and you guys do have a discount. If you use Mastermind, you'll get $30 off. Let me pull up the link to that. My class, I don't have it all off the top of my head. Okay, so here is the link for anyone who hasn't registered and wants to register. Definitely use Mastermind as the coupon code. You get $30 off of that, or send us a message afterwards. There's a ton of great extras you're getting, and it's 5-hour-long plus classes. So there's a lot of great stuff in there. And we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.